American PHAROAH, a race that was formerly known as the Norfolk Stakes, then changed to the Front Runner Stakes, now renamed for a third go-around after the 2015 Triple Crown winner, trained by Bob Baffert, who had, of course, the favorite in this race for the 2018 Grade 1 race held at Santa Anita, going that mile and a 16th for $300,000. And Game Winner was coming in off a pretty rousing score in the Del Mar Futurity, where he beat the very highly regarded Roadster, also out of the Baffert barn, and Roayton, and so forth. So he came in off that effort, and everyone that had ridden him, Mario Gutierrez, who rode him in the Del Mar Futurity, and Joel Rosario, who was back on him after being on top of him in his maiden score, where he won by about 5 lengths. Said that the distance would be his friend, and it certainly turned out that way. He showed some tactical speed in this race, wanted to be close to Roayton, who was going to set the pace for trainer Jerry Hollendorfer and not let him get out of the area code, and he was able to have the fitness level and the tactical talent to do that. We'll see how in the Breeders' Cup how that will fare, when perhaps there's probably going to be more speed. Will he hang back like he did in the Del Mar Futurity? It's interesting, at the shorter distance they were willing to kind of hang back. This one he was a little bit more attentive to the pace with the added distance. He's a Candy Ride horse. He's by Candy Ride out of Indian Giving, who's by AP Indian, of course, and that's and of course on that side there's also some Indian Charlie in there, so that goes back to one of Bob Baffert's best 20 years ago, back in 1998. So Game Winner won it by 4.5 lengths. He posted a Beyer speed figure of 97 and a U.S. time form of 1:16. Gunmetal Gray, a horse that I like going in here, was second best. He was never going to beat the winner, but he did rally to take over Roayton to get the place spot. Posted a 90 Beyer and a 1:12 time form, and then Roayton, who was runner-up in the Del Mar Futurity, held on gamely. Probably these route races probably aren't up his alley. Maybe in time he'll develop into a route horse, but in the short term, heading toward the Kentucky Derby, it would appear that maybe one turn is a little bit more beneficial, or a little bit more his range. But we'll see. We'll see in the road leading to the Derby. I think Jerry Hollendorfer will certainly give it a shot. He puts in an 88 Beyer with a 1:11 U.S. time form, so you could see the gap between the number one and 2 horses versus Roayton in the third spot. Jeff A, who had been beaten by Gunmetal Gray in a 1 mile conditions race by 6 3/4 lengths, was certainly outclassed once again. He finished 4th, and Sigler picked up the rear in 5th. He had come in after finishing 10 1/4 lengths behind everyone in the Del Mar Futurity. So Game Winner, where does this performance put him? Some people weren't overwhelmingly impressed by him. I think it was a workmanlike effort, a lot like She's a Julie in the Remington Oaks, and a lot like Bellafino, who visually looked a little more spectacular there at Santa Anita than Game Winner. But Game Winner's a grinder. He's a horse that certainly seems to be constitutionally capable of handling, not only in the short term, this lead up to the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, and whether Bob Baffert runs him again afterwards, or not, that's to be seen. And then perhaps subsequently in 2019, the Triple Crown, and the build up to that, whatever the preparation plan, barring, as I said, any setback or injury that Bob Baffert has in mind for him. And then we'll see if he can be, one of the ones that we're going to be talking about when we start getting, near the Run for the Roses. As I said before, no matter what the preparation plan is for Bob Baffert, whether he's going to have 2 outs, 3 outs, I don't know. Maybe he'll, not race him until the Kentucky Derby and do a mini Justify, but he's already had 3 starts, so he can't be an almost unraced 2-year-old, because he's had 3 2-year-old races. But I think that it's probably safe to say that if he could put him on the Derby trail, he'll probably get at least a couple preps. But he looks like a promising prospect. We're going to have to wait and see. He has certainly punched his ticket to Churchill Downs with an emphatic 4.5 length victory, and I think Gunmetal Gray may be a horse that may be shipping to Louisville as well. So that's your American PHAROAH Stakes, Grade 1, 1 mile and 1/16.
Game Winner travelling a little better. Roayton hard ridden at the top of the stretch by Giroux. It's Game Winner on the outside, heading Roayton with 3/16 of a mile to go. Gunmetal Gray couldn't go with them, is now 4 lengths away. It's Game Winner coming past the 8th pole, extending his advantage to more than a length over Roayton. Gunmetal Gray is next. Game Winner, he's a habitual winner. He's the undefeated winner of the American PHAROAH.